Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be looking at the ARTTI T10 Pro. For those of you who don't remember, we did the original T10 with this 3D printed shell. Very round. Reminded me of the D something. I can't think of what it was, to be honest. I had it and then I got rid of it, which I wish I didn't because it was actually good, but I wanted to get rid of that and the Tape Pro. So this is the T10 Pro. Now the big difference here is it is a metal, same shape, about the same size, ear size wise. So it should be the same comfortable fit if the other ones were comfortable. I think this one is actually a little bit smaller. It could be the color. But basically same size. You do get a modular cable, so you can go balanced or not balanced just by unscrewing this, and there's a 4-pin connector there. It's a very nice cable, nice and thick. We'll go over that in just a minute. Inside the box, you'll receive either a black or silver pair of the T10 Pros, the 3.5 and 4.4 plug that's attached to the very nice cable. You get two different sets. They're kind of a see-through with black in the stem, and then you get an all-white set of ear pads. They call them muffs. They're not ear muffs. This isn't a headphone. They're tips. Storage box, which we showed you right there. Same thing as the other one, the storage box. And then you get your various instructions, certificate, and everything else. Now, whereas this one was bright and it had a lot of detail and it was quite an amazing planner, this one here is like 360 degrees different. You're thinking Pro, it's got to be better, and it depends on what you like. Honestly, it really does depend on what you like. Comes in this really nice box here, by the way, too, and we can see like a chart right there. Completely different sounding. This one is warm and relaxed. It still has a nice amount of, soundstage. The soundstage isn't super, it isn't bad and then by any means, but it's not as, detailed as the other one. The imaging is just, it's okay. It's a polar opposite of the original, basically. It's not an upgrade. It's kind of just like a completely different direction whatsoever. This one was brighter and detailed and just really, really, really good technicals. This one is more relaxed and warm and rich and like super enjoyment coming out of this kind of tuning for like a music person, just music lover, whereas this, you could use this for anything, just enjoying, just listening to the details and all that. This one is completely different. This one is warm, rich, I think, and relaxed would be the basic thing. I gotta go over my notes here. So, as you know, I've mentioned a couple of times now, the T10 is warmer than the original. Nice deep sub-bass response, tight punchy mid-bass. The bass has very decent texture, very good control, that typical planner kind of roll-off that you get. You get into the mid-range. The mid-range is, of course, warm and rich as well. It is full-bodied. I think that the vocals, honestly, are vivid and balanced. A little bit more lively with the male. I think that the females are more kind of the balanced and nicely tuned, but both sound really, really good. There's some recession there, but it's minimal. It's not the worst, recession that there is, considering this is kind of like a V-shaped tuning. The treble itself has, sufficient air and details. Could be a little bit dry depending on your equipment. I think it's that typical planner kind of relaxed treble tuning. Decent balanced to it overall, but technically it's more towards a smooth and enjoyable without any harshness. Soundstage was wide, had decent imaging, and it's nothing like the original. So this is just a completely different animal altogether. It's not bad, but there are those that absolutely loved the original, and we're looking for something maybe a little bit more detailed. A little more. This isn't the upgrade to that. This is just a completely different thing altogether. I don't know why they would call it the Pro. Maybe they could have called it the Plus or the Base Edition. Would have been more of a better description. But like I said, if you like this one, you're probably not going to like this one. If you didn't like this one, you're probably going to like this one a lot. Depends on what you're listening to, what you're listening on, and what you like. Let's get into the spec-wise before leaving. It is the T10 Pro. I found that the shape, by the way, was sufficient. It provided good isolation, and it was comfortable for me at least. I can't speak for everybody's ears. You have a 14.2 flat moving coil. Impedance is 16.5 ohms. Harmonic distortion is 1.5%. Sensitivity is 96 decibels. It does scale well with higher power. Frequency response 20 to 20 kilohertz. The wire is a 4-strand, 216 core, high purity copper silver plated wire. It's a very nice wire, by the way. If you want to put that on your other one, if you got both of them, go for it. It's a really nice cable. Not that this cable wasn't nice, but it wasn't modular. It's still a really nice cable too. They're very similar in look too. The only difference is one is just whatever you pick, and the other one you can change out. And that's basically it. 0.78 2-pin connector. Wire plug standard with 3.5, 4.4. So modular cable, metal body. And that's basically the differences there. Now sonically, completely different. Whereas this goes bright, this one goes warm. So they're opposites. So that's basically it in a nutshell. This has been the T10 Pro. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.